What's up, people? Back with you again. Right now, I want to talk about the subject of prepping for a bodybuilding competition. And pertaining to the body competition, I want to talk about the amount of time that you actually need. First off, you want to make sure you give yourself enough time. Because what a lot of people do is, for some odd reason, we think that the magic number is 12 weeks. So you always hear somebody about saying that they start when they're 12 weeks out. But I was never able to do that. I always have to give myself a lot more time than most people that can get shredded easily. So what I would do, I would normally start 20 to 21 weeks out, to gradually ease my way into a competition without having to jump in head first and getting frustrated and discouraged. And especially if you're a person like me that gets fat as hell during the off season, you probably need to start 20, maybe 25 weeks out. A lot of people will disagree with it, but that's just my humble opinion. And it seems to work out for me. And other cats that I see start off that much time out. Because some things could happen in your life that may throw a wrench in your prep. So if you cut it to 12 weeks out, the next thing you know, say a family member died, especially a close one, then for your emotions or just out of respect, period, you may take time off from the gym, to give yourself time to grieve. But if you start at 12 weeks out, you won't have that luxury to be able to do that because you're going to have to keep grinding to the very end. And the truth of the matter is that each time you compete, just because something worked the last time, it may not work this time. Cause I swear to you, when I was let's say when I was 25, I believe I was 24 when I did my first competition. And I didn't have any help, so like I said in my last video, I went from 270 to 169. And honestly, I took off and on about a whole year to prep for that competition because I didn't know what the hell I was going to look like up under all that fat. I knew I wanted to step on stage and I wanted to be at my best. And especially since I didn't know and I had to learn through trial and error, I wanted to make sure I gave myself ample enough of time to bring my best. Because I didn't want, the amount of time that I didn't have be an excuse. So that's another reason why you should give yourself a little bit more time to prep. When I was 25, my body obviously was a lot different from what I am now at 33. And it doesn't seem like that's much of a long time, but every year things get harder and harder. Your body reacts different every year. So for the more recent competition that you're about to do, why would you give yourself a short period of time to get your body ready for it? I just feel like that's a dangerous game to play with. And the thing is, if you have to do it in that short period of time, even though 22 weeks to the average person is a short period of time to drop an ass of weight or to be on a strict diet. A lot of people would think 22 weeks was a lot, but pertaining to bodybuilding and a guy that has that bodybuilding mentality, I think 12 weeks is cutting it too close because when you're at that point, especially if you start off your prep being way out of shape like I normally am, you have to do some drastic shit to get your body ready for it. And with that drastic stuff, whether it's taking stuff like T3, clenbuterol, and using the prescription diuretics, obviously a lot of side effects come with that. And to be honest with you, for a bodybuilding competition, I don't think that it's worth it to have to pump that much stuff through your body if you can avoid it by just starting off early. When you start off early, it makes the prep, I'm not going to say easy, but I guess more bearable than you could if you tried to start at the last second. Oh, hell. Oh, yeah. And when you start off early, because with me, honestly, every single year, I'll say that I'm going to start hard 22 weeks out. Being strict for complete 22 weeks. And it never works like that. But guess what? If I couldn't do it at 22 weeks out, what the hell made you think I could start off like that at 12 weeks out? So what I would do is, since I'm so far out, I'm trying to go hard, But realistically, me knowing myself, I'm going to slip up a few times, not just once. So I can still slip up or even grant myself a cheat meal a week up until that 12 weeks out, up until I get to the point where I'm 12 weeks out. And I could cut the cheat meals out. And since I was able to, basically when I gave myself that much time and I allowed myself to slip, then, you know, it wasn't a major deal. I was still able to lean out a little bit, and I would still be ahead of schedule by the time I hit 12 weeks out. So what I'm saying is, if you decide to start it out longer, like 20 to 25 weeks out, you can still plan your cheat meals or quote unquote refeed meals, you know, accordingly. And you can kind of see how your body is responding to certain things, and you could kind of maneuver a certain way, because now you could say, okay, this isn't working for me anymore. That isn't working for me anymore. So let me try this. And if that doesn't work, you're giving yourself plenty of opportunities to try different things. But if you keep it short, hell, I even heard some people saying that they could do it 8 weeks out. And normally they say shit like that, they come into the competition looking like straight garbage. But what they like for you to believe is that genetically and that their metabolism is so high that they can do it in a short period of time, even without adding all that extra stuff into the equation. So if you hear somebody say that, yeah, it's a small chance that that's true, but everybody that says that it isn't necessarily true. And you don't need to try to be like those people. You need to figure out your body, start off early, make your mistakes, get your mind focused. And, you know, once you hit 12 weeks out, you will already be so used to the diet, and that the next step is just keeping it completely strict. And your mentality will already be there. So you already be strong enough in the head so you can really hit it like you really want to. Shit. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, yeah. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and make sure you subscribe. I'm out.